Hey, sorry I'm late. Good afternoon, good evening, good evening. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk. This is the number one grinder. Got a good one for y'all. This is the underrated MMA sports talk number 36. Yes, number 36. Um, this we will do. Hope everybody's doing all right. Tonight at hold on. I'm gonna do this in a few minutes. And I'll go have the underrated boxing talk. That's on 9:55 tonight. 9:55 tonight. That's gonna be underrated boxing talk number 72. You know. Right. So I'm gonna hit y'all with this intro. And I'll be right back. Mr. Pass in the building. Thanks for your always support. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Sometimes people don't know how much hard work you put in. But when it comes time to battle, you must think about each and every day that you put that hard work in.
What happened? Why don't you play anymore?
Brian Banks was 16 years old when he was accused of a crime he did not commit.
I'm back. I'm back. Let me read this first. Just remember us as the righteous ones. We are still winners. That's the real. That's the real. So just remember that. Once we keep on practice righteous, we are winners. We are winners. Let's get this. Let's get this thing going. This is the underrated. Again, thanks for coming, Mr. Pass. This is the underrated MMA sports talk number 36. We got brother George up in the piece and brother Watch up in the piece. Good evening. Good evening, brothers. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. How y'all doing today?
Evening. I'm all right. How about yourself, brothers? How y'all doing?
Man,
All right.
I don't feel right. Shit. I'm pissed off.
But what?
I want Ryan Head to get knocked off. And that didn't happen to me, so I'm pissed off.
There's nothing you can do about that. It's not up
Yes,
to
we
you.
can do something about it because oh yeah, let me before I get to y'all, I will be back tonight at 9:55 p.m. East Standard Time. I'm gonna have the underrated boxing talk number 72. So I want y'all to come back. Introduce yourselves, please.
Okay, I'll go first. Everybody knows me. She knew me by now. My name is George Page, all the rage George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, the Emperor WMA Talk, the Emperor Pro Wrestling Talk, the Emperor Just Talk, and also I'm the Pervy Sage, and you also know me as the Joker. Why so serious, son?
Yeah, I think the people that know me know where to find me, and yeah, man, I'm just here to talk about this MMA, and I might hop on the boxing later as well. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what a card yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was probably I didn't really see it because I know, like I said, I ain't gonna pay Dana White, $70, $80 to watch his fight. So I did know some people who did some live streams. I listened to him, and this is probably one of the best cards in a while. We're gonna probably have some couple of shitty cards for the next two until I think to the summer.
I only saw 2 of the fights on the card. All the other fights I didn't really care about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I saw 2 of the fights. And like, certain people got certain wins or decisions or losses, and I can just already there's a fanboy influx coming in from different contingencies and different fighters. There were a lot of fights canceled on this card. I think people need to realize that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kelvin Gastelum was meant to fight. There were even some of the prelims that got canceled. So I think people got to understand that,
And I said things happen, like especially injuries. We're still dealing with the virus, and sometimes fighters get the virus, but you can always reschedule these fights, or you can just give another opponent. It's like, especially if it's not too last of the minute, you can get another opponent. Like sometimes they pull fighters from other organizations, pull them up, get an opportunity to step in for somebody. That happens quite often.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So let me guess, you watch Burns versus as Kobe called him, Cum Shot.
That's a funny name, dude, that he gave.
I don't like Kobe Covington, but that is stupid because you know what? I like porns, and that's the thing you see in porn. And I think that was a fight. I think that fight was a lot of controversy with that one because some people feel like Burns won it, but there's some people feel like what's his name? He won it. It's just kind of funny, especially when you come with these judges. Where we talk about this, I see it's Combat Sports. How the fact is, more judges need to be either former fighters, coaches, or former referees. The problem is they're getting judges from boxing who don't know as much about MMA. They see a lot of striking, a lot of this, a lot of that, but still don't really know the nuances of the sport. And stuff like this, there was another controversy, to me, in my opinion, it was between Mackenzie Dern and Tusha Torres. I think, they only wanted, Mackenzie Dern to win because of a wall of Buffalo. That's about it. But then, I think it's just, truthfully, it's just become a mess with this judging.
Yeah, actually, let me just check the results from the card because prelims. Look, let's be honest. This was never pay-per-view worthy. There were some, fights on there that were okay. Yeah, that's it. Rosenstruck was meant to fight, and then he didn't because that got canceled. Again, Dana likes to book Florida as well because, Florida is easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mackenzie Dern. Yeah, the Chimaev fight. Underrated. How do you want to lead it? Do you want to lead the topics?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you take the lead, watcher. You're the man with knowledge.
No,
did you see the fights underrated?
I see some of them. I see that's the one. Let's do like this. The ones that you see, we roll with that, man.
I only saw 2, but I'll gladly talk about it.
I only saw one. What I did was I didn't, like I said, I'm not gonna pay Dana White $70, $80 for his pay-per-view. I'm not gonna do no streaming. All I do is just go on YouTube and all you can do is just type it in. You can find it before they shut them down.
Well, I want to talk about the Chimaev fight.
Go ahead.
Now, I'll try and be as quick as possible with this, but I think a lot of us here know how I feel about Chimaev, right? Now, I thought Chimaev would win, and I thought he'd knock Burns out in the first or second round or submit him in the second round. And I thought that because the size difference is ridiculous between the two. And I thought that some of the stuff that Chimaev throws, Burns struggles to defend. So he dropped Burns with a jab, right? And remember, he tried to go for that takedown early, and he severely got denied it. He got denied it. And I think that messed with him a bit. But he switched southpaw and dropped him with it. Because, when you switch southpaw, that right jab, it's going to be harder. It's a strong hand if you're right-handed. But then when he dropped him, he landed an elbow, but I think the rest of that ground and pound missed or got blocked. And then the end of that first round, Burns stunned him a bit with a jab. And then he stared Chimaev down. Like Burns always does. He always stares people down after their exchange within a round. Then the next round, Chimaev gets dropped not once but twice, right? And then the following round was pretty hectic. You could score it either way maybe. But I just want to know, if you're going to give the first round to Chimaev, do understand that he didn't finish it strong. He got hurt at the end of that round. He got hurt. And his body language was no good. He went straight back to his corner. Burns was just staring that dude down. And then the second round, he gets dropped twice. Twice he gets dropped. Hard as well. He went limp on those ones. And then in the third round, he was getting pieced up pretty good. I'm not saying I'm not going to act like Chimaev wasn't piecing Burns up. Landing stuff. But what Burns was landing, those leg kicks, the body punching was really good from Burns. And I feel like he looked like the guy that was getting off a bit better on Chimaev, really. I know he was backing up a bit more, but it was a good fight. And I'm not mad at the decision per se, but if you're going to give some of these rounds to fighters, they have to finish it strong, guys. They have to finish it. Even if they get a knockdown, they have to finish it strong. Because if you drop someone and then 20 seconds later that person comes back and stuns you with a punch or two, you can't say it's a 10-8. And this is what I'm saying. Like, all the judges thought Chimaev won. But 119 significant strikes were landed on Chimaev. Remember all that stuff he was talking about? He'll knock Burns and Usman out in like 2 or 3 minutes combined. Well, look what happened. And I see a lot of people out here saying that, let's be real, this is a guy in his third UFC fight or something. He's fighting the number 2 ranked in the world. Yeah, but look what happened. I've never heard this excuse being pulled out for any other fighter. It was a great fight. I got more respect for Chimaev now, but he didn't win convincingly. And if you want, you can give it to Burns. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yes, you know how it is with these judges, especially if you see somebody as being the favorite, And Burns did give a good fight against Usman, but he did make some mistakes. And Usman is his striking has really progressed over time. Like, look how he did. He knocked out Street Jesus, and and you think cum shot.
Come on, man. I'm just finished. Y'all gotta stop saying that name.
Okay. The Russian who knockoff of Khabib, I want to say, he's not really, even though he beat number 2 guy, doesn't mean you don't beat the number 1 guy. He's just, he's getting too much this big push, and we seen what happened to fighters who get a big push. Look at Paulo Costa. How Dana was pushing him so much. It didn't look what happened to him. Look what happened to who else I'm trying to think of. You probably know somebody watching that we might think of that was getting that big push, but kind of just fell short of the expectations. I mean, they just they're pushing this guy as a next. He's taking Khabib's place. Khabib's has walked away from the game. And also, I know he studies under Khabib, doesn't he?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, so they're looking at him as the next Khabib. And that's the thing is, they would always talk about Khabib versus Usman. But he says him and Usman are friends, but mostly I feel like Khabib's afraid of Usman. And this guy, I'm not gonna say his name, I'm gonna say his nickname. He's that prospect they got, but you know what? He's not ready for Usman. He's not ready. He should get, like somebody said, he might need to get maybe Masvidal or Kobe and see how he tests against them. And those two guys, well, not really Masvidal so much. Kobe gave Usman a good fight, but the fact is he's not ready to get to that next level. Excuse me, folks. I think that
Yeah, his phone went off. George, cut me off if you want. But
Yeah, I'm right here.
yeah. Did you see the fight Underrated with Burns and Chimaev?
I did see some of it, but my service was in and out, so I couldn't really see what I really want to.
If you look on, I'll put it in the private chat, but I'll put a link for the fight. But if you watch it, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. There was a point where Chimaev had him on the ground, and Gilbert Burns kicked him in the chest and literally kicked him off him. Like he kicked him. Did you see that, George? When Burns kicked Chimaev off him, like on the ground, he kicked him in the chest.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that.
That can't be happening.
They were showing that, I think, in like a lot of the how they show like on YouTube, they show like the clips and stuff from the fight. Yeah, I believe I see that. Brother, something came up. I gotta go. I know I hate to leave y'all in the middle of this good conversation. You know, maybe next time we do another one. I'll give my point of view on the couple fights that I did watch and pay attention to. And like I said, I want to give a shout out to everybody here. My brother XA, he needs to be here because he can feel in, because he follows women WWE as much as I do.
I sent an email to him, and then I called him. I didn't get no answer, so I hope he's all right.
Yeah,
but let me know everything all right with you later on. All right, bro.
All right, I called you and let you know if something has come up. All right, I'll see y'all brothers later, and then next time. Peace.
All right, peace.
Peace.
All right, now we got me and Watcher, me and brother Watcher. Yeah, well, let's stretch this out.
No, that's cool. I mean, I enjoyed the fight with Burns and Chimaev. I'm just saying, like there's a lot of I said, I addressed this comment on like a YouTube comment section, and they were saying, oh, he's got he's only had 3 fights, give him a rest. And he's like, no other fighter has done this in this many fights. And I'm like, yeah, but that's because fighters in the past didn't get these. Anderson Silva didn't even get these opportunities that Chimaev had. You know what I mean? I think people are living a bit too fast forward. I think they just forget what was happening 9 years ago, 5 years ago, And honestly, looking at that fight with Chimaev, I honestly think he took more damage. Me personally, he took way more damage.
Oh,
He got dropped twice.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he was able to get a position on the ground, Burns was literally throwing hammer fists in his face and kicking him off. Everywhere the fight went, Chimaev was getting hurt. Everywhere it went.
Wow, man. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Definitely, I'm going to check it out later on after I watch boxing. Any fights that you watch? Any more matches you watch?
Sterling versus Jan.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about that.
TS Boxing. I know you probably had a bit of interest in that, but Sterling beat Jan, which was surprising. I didn't watch these fights live. I watched them back because I was cornering a fighter yesterday. But
you did?
Yeah.
What fight you call?
No, cornering. Like I was like
Oh,
in the corner for someone, like coaching them for a
oh,
competition.
got
Yeah,
you. Oh,
but
Esgato. Oh, sorry about that. Esgato, check your email. The link is in your email. Come on up.
yeah, hop on if you can, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, PDR lost, man, and I think he
Wow.
lost. I think it was the right decision. He didn't do
Yeah.
anything in the first round.
No, he didn't.
The 2 rounds after that, he got the shit beat out of him, and he got outpositioned. And then the last 2 rounds, he came back and won, but it wasn't enough. You know, like it wasn't enough. And I think that the game plan was better from Sterling. I feel like he had better movement around the ring.
Yeah.
Again, these guys, they need to have a bit more output, you know. But honestly, looking at Sterling, that's a good example of a guy that makes adjustments, a guy that makes changes, which we've been talking about, like guys like Derek Lewis or Curtis
Yeah.
Blades or Chris Dorcas, you know, and everyone else. They come in the ring the same every time. But Sterling, he really showed out. Like he's got 2 wins over that guy now. Got 2 wins, whether people like it or not. Those are 2 wins he
Yeah.
has now.
Quality wins too.
Quality. Like that's the baddest man, you know, in the division. This Russian dude, you know.
Yeah.
But he got beat. There was a point in that fight where Jan, I mean, he was getting pummeled on the ground. He was covering up, and Sterling was just punching his head in, dude. I'm like, what is going on here? But that's what happens when you make changes. And, you know, was Jan fighting with a bit more emotion? Probably. But you are a professional in the end. And you do have to, you know, get on board and make sure you're in control in there, because he didn't really fight angry from what it looked like. I just thought those first few rounds, he was getting the better of. He was getting bettered, like on the ground position, you know. And I think for Sterling, obviously, you know, it legitimizes him. I saw him call out TJ Dillashaw as well. I don't know. I think TJ is just. He's probably going to juice again, in my opinion. You know, I don't think that, you know, I think he's damaged. I thought he lost his last fight, to be honest, as well. But, you know, I've never been high on the bantamweight division. But, I mean, shit, dude. Like, that was okay yesterday. I'm okay with that fight yesterday. You know, that wasn't bad. I mean, that crowd yesterday, dude, like, was pretty ungrateful, you know. But I mean, you know, what can I say? It was a good fight, you know. Yeah, I didn't watch the main event. I mean, the main event with Volkanovski. I mean,
Yeah. He said, yeah, okay,
that's
Esgato.
yeah, he did get exposed. He talked all that shit. Oh, I'm gonna stop Usman. Now he went quiet on him. He's gone quiet on him now. See how quickly it can change? I was warning people of this shit a year ago, right? And everyone's saying, nah, hop on the train. I was never on the train, and I will never get on it. I have respect because he pulled through, but he got dropped twice in that fight. He got hurt multiple times in different positions, and he pushed Gilbert Burns in between the round because he was angry of how it was going for him. Mentally, he was struggling in that fight, you know. And I see a lot of fanboys out here, you know, saying that I have a small PP and this and that because I'm saying facts about the fight. Like, are we really getting to that point now? Like, at the end of the day, dude, like, your guy won, but he didn't look good in it. It was a good fight. A lot of the punches he threw got blocked. Burns was breaking Chimaev's guard. Burns wasn't taken down easily. Burns was actually beating him on the ground from the back, landing elbows, landing hammer fists, you know? And where was this cardio at? I didn't see this amazing cardio, this incredible cardio. He gassed out, man. If that's Usman, Usman will eat him alive, dude. He will drown him. The same way he did to Colby in that first fight. That same shit will happen to Chimaev. Because I've been saying for a while that Usman is on the slide. And I love Usman. He's my favorite fighter. But I think that last fight with Colby, he's on the slide a bit. Not because he didn't get the knockout, just because physically how he was looking and how he was moving. But I tell you what, I think probably Usman could still beat a lot of these guys. I mean, he's fighting Leon next.
Yeah.
And just because he beat number 2, it doesn't mean he beats everyone else below 2, but doesn't beat 1. No, like, I think Leon Edwards would have beat him. I think Colby Covington would beat this guy. I think there's a couple other guys in the division that would beat this guy. If you take the takedown away, on the feet is nothing really. Right. I mean, he literally had to switch stance to get his strong hand jab off to get some success in the fight. And then what happened when the guy didn't go? See, he expected to finish Gilbert Burns, but he didn't.
No, he didn't.
And he got in a fight, and he wasn't really prepared for it. Yeah, he got through it. I mean, I just think like maybe Burns won it. You know, maybe he won it because I mean, let me look at the stats. Just give me a sec.
Yeah. Welcome to the secondary channel, the number one grinder real talk. You with me and George was on the panel, but he had to take care of some personal business. Escacha is in the building, and TS Boxing. Take down my secondary email. I mean, my secondary email. That's a secondary channel. I mean, secondary email is right above you. Please take it down and email me so I can plug you in. I didn't read this while you're watching the Red Sox game against the Yankees. No wonder. Okay, Escacha said the excuse they are making now is that Kuzma did not have enough experience.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of guys that haven't had a lot of experience. Look at Kamaru Usman. Remember what people were saying about Usman when he was going to fight Woodley? Oh, This is going to be Woodley's easiest title defense. He won't make it out in a round or two. He's better everywhere.
Right.
The opposite happened. He didn't have enough experience. I'm looking at the stats right now.
Okay.
Chimaev outstruck Burns in the first round. The 2 rounds after that, he was outstruck badly. He landed less significant strikes. What else? He also landed less total strikes. So who the fuck won? Really? And even when he took him down, he was getting beat up on the ground. This is the shit I talk about, dude. I'm not even mad at the result. It's just these fanboys out here are coming out with all these excuses, dude. And it's not just one excuse. It's a whole bunch of them, you know?
Yeah.
He fought the number 2 guy. Well, don't fight the number 2 guy. Maybe fight number 10 or something, you know? He thought he could skip a line, knock a guy out easy, and have an easy night. Now look, fights like that take years off you, dude. And he's only 27. He was fighting an older fighter than dude, who's already been knocked out before. A guy who was previously a lightweight. This guy shouldn't even be at welterweight. He should be at middleweight, this Chimaev dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I agree all what you say. I just, well, these fanboys, sometimes they get on my nerves. I mean, like, where you come from and stuff. Oh boy.
I mean, you go ahead.
No, go.
Like, even the thing of, like, I said, like, other fighters haven't got these opportunities because they've not been given it. Right? Usman, Woodley, even fucking GSP didn't get the opportunity like that. Right? No. Hell, McGregor even had to fight an array of fighters to get an opportunity at a shot. Right? You beat a couple journeymen, now you get a number 2 ranked guy. Never seen it before, dude. Never seen it before at all. And the fact of the matter is, like, people are saying to me that, oh, well, they didn't promote themselves a certain way. McGregor promoted himself, but he still had to fight because you need to fight at the end of the day. You need fights under your belt. X Gacha 23 said the next match is Colby and believe Colby will beat Kamzat. If Kamzat thinks he can take him down, he'll get out wrestled. This whole in that first round, guys, when he went for that takedown, he shot so hard for that, and Burns defended it. And he did take Burns down twice, but he didn't do effective work on the ground. And he didn't hold him down for long either. And that's where you need to make a difference. You look at guys like Colby, they'll try to submit you, you know? They'll land these punches, you know? They sleeping on the Diaz boy. Nate Diaz, you mean?
What you talking about?
Because you know Nate Diaz, what was Dana White saying? Dana White was saying that
Diaz
Chimaev,
boy. What Diaz boy? What is you talking about? What name you talking about?
Nick or Nate Diaz, maybe, I think.
That probably the only one, right?
I didn't see Diaz on the card really, but I remember when Dana White was talking about Nate Diaz versus Chimaev, and he said Chimaev will, destroy him, and that's not a fight he wants to make. I'm like, yeah, but you had no problem putting Leon Edwards against Nate Diaz.
Right.
This Nate Diaz. Honestly, for me personally, I think Nate beats Chimaev.
Yeah.
Because I think Nate will drown him. I said this years ago. I don't like Nate Diaz, really. But I tell you what, he'll beat Chimaev. Because
anything.
Chimaev will win the first round. It has to be a 5-round fight. It has to. He'll win the first round. He'll, piece him up a bit, whatever. But after that 5 minutes, Diaz is going to walk him down. He's going to trip him. He's going to hit him to the body. He's going to clinch him up. He's going to put him on the fence, right? Chimaev's going to try to shoot, and then he's going to get reversed like how Conor did, and he's going to get stomped out. He'll either get submitted or he'll just get beat up for 5 rounds. That's why they didn't want to make that fight, because Burns has a short fuse, right? Well, they thought he did. He had one big shot, and then boom, he'd be gone. But it went the fucking distance, didn't it? Okay? Burns doesn't have a gas tank like Nate Diaz. So they should make that fight. That will sell. That will sell that fight.
Yeah.
No, but Nate Diaz will sell it because people don't know who Chimaev is. They act like Chimaev is the star. He's not really a star after. If he were to be a star, he would have knocked out Burns, but he's not a star like that. So he should fight Nate Diaz. That will be. I mean, the trash talk will be cringe, but I'd like to see that. I'd laugh my ass off if Nate Diaz got his hands on him and beat him. Not Nick Diaz though. Nick is done.
Yeah, he cooked. He had his time.
I mean, pretty much.
He had his time.
You know?
Yeah, he had his time. He had his time. Now, oh boy, other fights I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. Okay, I don't want to go to sleep. Let me see. There's any fights that we need to look forward to of MMA?
Well, I think this week is Vicente Luque and Bilal Muhammad.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's a guy in the chat that we're very familiar with that doesn't like Bilal Muhammad. This is actually a rematch. These guys fought. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think Luque beats him the same way he did the first time. And one of those two are going to call for a title shot. Yeah. This and that. It's funny. These guys ask for a title shot.
Yeah.
But when they get in that ring, I swear, dude, they get beat the shit out of them. Yeah. Like, that's what's happened since, all these times.
Yeah.
How can beat Marty? I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, that dog stray.
Yeah. Maybe, explain it clearer.
Yeah, it's all good. Xgacha23 said the main event was a mismatch. It should have never been booked. Yeah, but they got no problem giving Volkanovski competition. Like, oh yeah, here's a fight for you. Here's another payday. Well, like
Yeah.
Korean Zombie, in my opinion, has always been a shit fighter. He's got a big overhand or a big uppercut, and that's it. He's
That's all
got a
you
couple of
have.
submissions against some fighters that aren't that as good or a bit more green back then.
But the submissions is weak, though.
I mean, look, a lot of these submissions that happen, these guys give it to them. You know, they don't defend or get in a good position. But, I mean, look, I saw that coming. The leg kicks with the feints, with quotation marks, from Eugene Behrman. I mean, this shit is crazy. I mean, if you're going to go in there and fight for a title, like, fucking fight. Like, don't stand there and just take kicks and not defend them. Like, where are the adjustments? Nowhere. His corner's shit as well. He needs to fire his corner. There's a lot of people that need to fire their corner after this weekend. Let me tell you that. You know? The fight should have been stopped after the third. That's what I'm saying. And, like, I heard about it. I only saw a clip here and there. But, I mean, my goodness, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, a 35-year-old Korean Zombie, that's not to me. It doesn't make sense. You know? Oh, he said, who can beat Usman, a.k.a. Marty? Who can beat Usman? Underrated? Who do you think can beat Usman? Who beats him?
I guess the ones that we talked about almost 30 minutes ago. Yes.
Probably some guys from like the past maybe could beat him.
The past, yeah.
You know, like GSP would beat him, in my opinion. You know, if Tyron Woodley was a bit more on it in that fight,
yeah,
because I said he could beat Usman in 2019, but right now,
no.
I think the biggest threat is his next fight, which is Leon Edwards. And I say that because they've fought before, so they know each other a bit. And that was a good little fight they had back in 2015. But if Nate Diaz can hurt you like that, Usman's going to send you to planet Mars.
Yeah.
You know? And the thing about that is he's a wrestler. Really, he is. His striking has improved. I know TS, you agree with that, but disagree with that, but that's okay. But I swear, dude, like, you know, I think Leon should throw kicks up the middle, you know, to the chest, to the chin.
Yeah,
because he does it quick.
Yeah, but he don't do it enough, though.
Yeah, I feel he's a point fighter to me. You know, his best bet is to catch Usman like coming in, or it's going to be hard for him to land certain shots. Like, it's going to be hard for him to land elbows because Usman knows how to mix up at that range, at that really close range.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hard fight for Leon. It won't be easy for Usman, but I just think Usman has more. I think we'll see him wrestle more this fight because it's going to be hard to fight against a taller dude like that.
Mm-hmm.
That will be a hard fight, though. That will be a pretty tricky fight. But apart from Leon, Chimaev is not touching Usman. Yeah. Usman will kill that dude, man. He will kill him. He will kill him.
That's
Usman,
true.
Look at how when Usman got dropped by Burns, he got up in a millisecond, dude. He landed on his hand. He got up really quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then for the rest of the fight, he puts it on him and stops him brutally. He made him cry after the fight, dude. You know what Gilbert Burns was doing after the fight with Chimaev? He was laughing at him, laughing in his face, dude. Get out of here with this Chimaev, dude. I'm telling you. I told you it's already backfired a little bit. It's going to backfire even further, dude. You know, but Zombie, I agree. Zombie's a punching bag. Man, he's got zero defense, man. He's a bad fighter. How many losses is that now? Let me check. Like 13?
A lot of, but I think he got quite a few losses.
I mean, dude, this Chan Sung is his real name. Why you should just go with that name. 17. I was way off. 17 and then seven losses. So
Ooh.
who's he lost to? Let me see who he's lost to. He's lost to some guys outside the UFC. He lost to Jose Aldo, Rodriguez, Ortega. You know what's funny? He's not even really. I mean, yeah, he beat Poirier. I mean, in 2012, though. Come on.
That's 9 years. That's 10 years ago.
He needs to rematch Rodriguez, dude, because he makes way too many excuses about that fight where he got knocked out with that spitting elbow or the up elbow with 1 second left. He landed on his face. He got embarrassed, but he doesn't call for that smoke because he knows what will happen if he fights him again. He'll get his ass beat the same way. The same way he'll get his ass beat. These guys call for smoke, but they don't really want it. The same shit happens in boxing.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's because it's still stupid to me. Yeah, but I'm
I
what
don't
to
know,
say.
man. That's MMA for you, I guess. You know.
Yeah, there's nothing I can say because you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm like, to me, MMA is nothing but a circus now. They don't perfect their craft. They put these co-main event. He said, "What do you think of the co-main event?"
With Sterling, yeah, I thought it was a good fight.
I think
I
he
thought
improved.
Sterling won.
Let me ask you a question, Escacha. Do you think every time he fought, he's improving?
Like in my opinion, I think he improved. Last time he didn't it's crazy that Asian fighter suck. This is
Okay.
it's supposed to be your sport. Yeah, I know what you mean that dog story. Stray, sorry.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
said yes, underrated.
Yeah, I had to ask that question because I had yesterday I was talking to him about Sterling. I said I'm very impressed. He been improving. He said, "Nah, where do you see?" I said, "Do you really watch him? He improved. He's one of the few fighters in MMA that he improved. I'm not saying he improved drastically, but you see some improvement. You see that he working on some things. And he trying to perfect it. At least he put. At least we could say that." He put himself out there to win.
Yeah, he came to win.
He had a plan. He had a
He had a
plan.
game plan.
The game plan, right? But
It only went
majority,
off because he got a bit more tired, and there
right,
was a bit more urgency from Jan. It
right.
was a good fight, but he
Now
got better, like you said, Excatcher. He got. I literally said that at the same time his comment came through. Like literally on the ground, he had complete control, dude. Like he had that body triangle on, and those punches he was landing, dude. Like Jan was getting beat up bad there, like bad. I think it messed with Jan's mindset a bit because he's never really been in a situation like that,
right,
and he thought he was that superior.
right.
Over Aljamain, that I think he underestimated his ability in there because
Yeah,
there wasn't really a point in that fight where Sterling was in any trouble. There were some good body kicks landed here and there, but I think one of the things that Aljamain needs to stop doing though is go for blind takedowns. If he
right.
sets his takedowns up, he will take anyone down. Believe that. He will take anyone down if he sets it up. But if he goes in there trying to grab, because he went for 22 takedowns and he missed 20 of them. So,
That's not good.
that's probably the one thing I can say that I would look to improve on. A bit more head movement, not necessarily that he doesn't move his head. There were times where he was kind of backing up straight, without moving his head, but just a bit more head movement. I think maybe a bit more body punching. The kicks were really good. The feints were good. On the ground was good. He had much better balance this time. And Excacha said, Jan should shut the F up. You think he won 4 rounds? Well, he didn't.
But I would say this though. Let me ask you and Gotcha this. I think Sterling next thing he should work on his endurance. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, I think just a little bit more on the endurance because, like at the end of the day, like, you know, you gotta have to like be able to pull out a round or two, you know, in those later rounds. You know what I mean? Like, you can't give away those last 2 rounds against guys that will get, you know, will stack up rounds earlier on. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe he should work on the endurance. I think he on his way. I'm like I said, it's not. I'm not saying it's drastic. No. I think that he got a bright future. You just keep on working, and wherever camp that they is, you know, they doing a good job. So
I think the thing really is like he's already made adjustments for one of the biggest fights in his career. So, and he's won 2 title fights so far. I remember when he got knocked out by Moraes. He got knocked out by a knee, and he went stiff. That was a bad knockout. Look where he is now. You know, I know a lot of people don't like Sterling, but Jan can't say anything. He got embarrassed.
yeah,
He got embarrassed, and you can't deal with it, right?
right.
You didn't get knocked out either. Sometimes when you don't get knocked out or submitted, it's like it's a bit better because you kind of went out on your shield. But he lost some points, so there is no room for like saying, oh, you know, if it went the distance. Nah, the fight went the distance, and you know, 4 rounds. No way. Absolutely no way he won 4 rounds. Not a chance.
No. Just not just, yeah. Okay. So any more fights that we need to cover? Yeah.
No, not really. Not at this point.
Okay. So I guess do you think you're gonna show up on the boxing live tonight? You don't know yet. You know, because I already seen
I think I will because you know there were some fights that happened that I can roast some fighters and really criticize them tonight. I wasn't happy with some of those fights.
No, I wasn't either. No, I wasn't either.
I mean, I can tell you're pissed about it. I'm not thrilled about it either, man. And honestly, I think there's a couple cheats that fought this weekend. But yeah, we'll chop it up later.
Yeah. Do you got the link to the boxing thing?
Yeah, I got the link.
Okay, cool. Well, I say like this. I would say the fight was great this week. Which fight you talking about? Escacha? Which fight you talking about? Oh, let me put the link. Let me put the link in the chat.
I think he meant the fights.
Oh, the fights. Yes, you know. Like I said, I want. UFC. Oh, he said the UFC. Okay, I got you. Yeah, but I'm saying like the boxing. I'm saying that I was not impressed. Well, if you want to talk about 1 or 2 fights before a week, you know, get off. But watch it. It's up to you. It don't make a difference. You know.
I mean, which fights? The UFC? I mean, I didn't watch any of the other UFC
No, I'm
fights.
talking boxing. We can pick to when we talk about it. So we're gonna elaborate more on it, you know, a little later.
I mean, I think Ryan Garcia is a fraud, as usual.
Yeah.
The guy that he fought didn't want to fight, and I knew he'd do that shit, which either bothers me more. I think Luba needs to fire his corner. I also think Fondura is a cheat, and I think he's on something.
Oh.
Or I think he's loaded his gloves. One of the two, maybe both.
Who?
Who else for? I think Triple G needs to shut his mouth.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I
I think he want a payday.
he does want to pay there. Why doesn't he come out and just say it?
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
he
that
don't want to say it.
the Japanese dude that fought Triple G needs to fire his corner as well. And he turned his back, which means he's a coward. That's what I always think about people that turn their backs in a
Right.
fight.
Yeah.
If you turn your back, you're a true coward in my eyes. And there is no erasing that from history. You cannot turn your fucking back in the fight, dude. I'm sorry, you can't do it. And they threw the towel in, which just added to more effect to it, which really pissed me off. And I just closed my fucking browser after seeing that shit. I mean, if you're going to go in there and fight toe-to-toe with someone, follow through on it. Yeah?
Right.
Follow through on it. And he was fucking smiling after the fight. Smiling. For
Ain't
fucking
funny.
what? You just lost, dude.
Right. I tell you, you cannot make this up. I think that to get the Garcia fight before we go talk about it a little bit, then we'll close it out. I don't like the fight. I think that he's a clown. I don't like him. He don't work on his craft. He think everything is funny. It's not funny. And the people stop saying that he's ready for big time. No, he's not. He far away. Your fanboys, stop saying that. He's a clown. This is the same person that lied about, oh yeah, I'm at this place. Then he was in Hawaii messing with some chicks. He told me he wanted to retire at 26 so he could be on Instagram. I'm tired, man.
He's a fucking clown, dude. He's got all these tattoos on him as well. It's like, dude, what are you trying to do, bro? Like, you know, like it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Tired, man. If Luke Campbell, I'm being honest, if Luke Campbell would have a better trainer, he would have knocked him out.
If Luke Campbell wasn't a coward, I think he would have won, to be honest.
That too.
I mean, he turned his back in that fight.
Yeah.
People forget that as well.
Yeah. You know, the last few years, there be a lot of fights turn their back. What's up with that?
I mean, shit, I wouldn't know. Like, you know, Ryan is so unlikable, dude. Like, his audience are like fucking 17-year-old girls. You know what I mean? Like, on Instagram. Like he's like a pretty boy. Like, you know, he's happy-go-lucky sort of thing. And then he talks out the side of his mouth talking shit about guys like Devin and Tank. Those guys, you know, they've done more than you.
Yeah.
You aren't even a fucking world champion yet, dude. You haven't even got that.
I don't think you talking about Ryan, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say this. I don't think that you ask me. I don't think he should be in the top 5, top 10, not even top 20. He's not worth it.
He ain't beat shit.
No. But this is one I want to talk about Haney. Want to talk about Tank. Oh, we forgot. This is the same one won a fight to exhibition.
Oh, an exhibition?
Yeah, he said he won a fight exhibition with somebody. It was last year, something like that.
Oh, with Manny?
Yeah.
You want to
There you
fight
go.
Manny Pacquiao or something? Yeah.
Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah, right. It was.
Yeah. And he was like claiming it would happen and fucking. I don't know. Can't trust these dudes, man. You can't trust these dudes.
Yeah, you
I
know,
can't wait for the day he gets knocked out, dude. My God, it'll be
I'm telling you,
satisfying.
I'm being honest. And I don't trust Golden Boy, and I don't trust Oscar De La Hoya. You think I didn't forget about you wear panties? We wear stockings. You put
Nah.
lipstick on with your lying racist self. So and then we cannot forget about Ryan. He tripped over this white guy and he got on top of him and pumped him. We cannot forget. So this one I'm saying we talk about a funny boy.
Yeah, Ryan. I don't know, man. Ryan is. I don't even care about the dude, to be honest. I don't care what happens to him, but he's just a waste of space when it comes to the whole boxing thing. There are guys that really want opportunity, and he's just holding a spot.
Yeah. Tank said he's out. That's why Floyd he want to fight. He set up a fight, Romy, because they both in the stables, in the stables. That I think that's a weak move that Mayweather did. He don't even deserve to be in association with Tank. But you know how Floyd Mayweather is as a girl he is. He gotta have attention. Got to know to set up a fight while some fighters fighting.
Yeah, I know what Floyd's doing. I don't really care about the situation. I mean, they got to sort it out. But I think Floyd looks at Tank. I think the one thing he's probably not jealous of, but he wishes that he had when he was probably growing up is that power.
Mm-hmm.
That power is just something a bit more different.
Yeah, and also, yeah.
I think Tank's a little less emotional than Floyd.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it is we should for you gonna set up a fight. Other fight, he always want attention. And and people said, oh, I don't think he really need Floyd. No, he don't. Because after he leave Floyd, it's gonna be big fights right there. Just gotta be made. That's fights right there. And I think let me say this.
Well,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that Caboose and Haney, what you think about that? I mean,
I think it's an easy fight for Devin.
mm-hmm.
It's an easy fight for Devin Haney. He's going to win that easily. People talk about the judges over here. Just don't worry about that, dude. Haney's going to win. Gambosos is not a good boxer. He's not a good boxer. He fights like an amateur, dude.
Mm-hmm. See, everybody keep on hopping on the way, yeah, he beat Talafino and stuff. Okay. But Talafino didn't come prepared either. But I'm saying like this, Haney is a different league. He's a whole different league than this fool.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, man. Fucking this Gambosos dude is just a clown. He calls himself an emperor. You're not an emperor. You're just a guy with tattoos, really. Really, that's all he is. Just a guy with boxing gloves on that's got tattoos.
You hear that, y'all, right? Because Brother Watchers from Australia, too. Our brothers from Australia. So what he said about her is correct. So I banked that.
Dude, I went to people that were exactly like George. I mean, look, people were telling me, last year that I should support Gambosos because he's from my country. Yeah? Those same people from America, do you support Ishe Smith for the shit he has been saying?
Right.
Fuck no. So no one could tell me shit about supporting Gambosos. Okay? Guy's a clown. I don't support racist either.
Right.
Okay? So let's get that shit straight as well. So no, I don't support Gambosis at all. He's a shit fighter. Okay, and really, and look, I know everyone hates Tiafimo, but if he was sick, I mean, then it's not really a legitimate win, is it? You know,
No.
something wrong with his lungs or whatever. You know, I'm not the biggest Tiafimo fan out there, really. I don't really like
Me either. Right,
Tiafimo,
right. Mm-hmm.
but he did drop George in that fight,
Yeah.
and Tiafimo, the wild shit that he was swinging, he was still landing that shit on George. George was badly hurt in that fight. He got up with wobbly legs, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care about George. Look, look. No one knows who he is here in Australia. No one knows who he is anyway. Like a lot of the fans that go turn up are just going to be guys that don't follow boxing. So that's what it is.
Okay. Well, we're gonna save some of that to later on in boxing.
Yep.
We'll say some of that. Last remarks, bro.
No. Thanks for having me on.
I
Been
appreciate
good.
that. Yeah, we did the damn thing. Okay, appreciate that. We ain't gonna be no long stuff. It ain't gonna be because I gotta get off here. But thanks, brother George. Hope everything all right with you. If you're still listening, brother Watch, as always, you will see. I put the link in the chat, y'all. The underrated boxing talk number 72. That's gonna be tonight, 9:55 p.m. 9:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're gonna close this out because I gotta get ready for that. I'm gonna rest a little bit and get ready for that. And I guess stay tuned next week. Number 37. So on behalf of my channel, my secondary channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk, this is your truly the number one grinder. One of the best case secrets on YouTube, Brother George, Brother S. Gotcha. That always thank you so much for the input. Brother Paz, Mr. Paz, Brother TS Boxing, Three Dogs Stray. Let's get them lights up so the algorithms could be good to us and everything. And I will see you a little later, Brother Watcher from Down Under.
Yep, for sure.
Okay. Again, tonight I will be back 9:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be back here. The Underrated Boxing Talk number 72, 9:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm just if y'all don't come, wish y'all good week. Oh yeah, Spence and Ugas is coming up this week. So the weekend's gonna be a pretty big weekend. I mean, I don't know for MMA, but you know it's gonna be a big boxing weekend. I know people gonna be talking about the fight. I might be talking about the fight and everything here and there, but y'all will know. All right, so I see y'all a little more than an hour from now. Again, the Underrated Boxing Talk number 72. The link is in the chat. Have a good night. Be back 9:55. This one is Ghost. Be well.